Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is actually going to be the first video on my channel and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. Today I'm going to be talking about support and how to use the concept of support in trading meme coins and making profits. So if you are interested, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And before we get started, if you do need a trading platform, definitely check out the link in my bio and in my description for Axiom, where you can get 10 to 20% off your trading fees. And so with that being said, let's get started. So what is support? In basic terms, support is just an area or level on a chart where price stops falling. This is because this is where demand starts to overwhelm supply, which causes price to stop falling and then reverse back higher. So let's go into an example. So here we have the coin Please. Basically what I want to show to you guys is exactly how these meme coins trade in areas of support and how to find support. So as we saw, support is an area where these meme coins or just coins in general, where these stop, reverse, and halt. So this occurs at similar price levels, and that's usually going to be the lows. So what you want to identify is lows that are formed, right? So for example, right here we have a low, this original low. If we drag it out, it goes like that. And what happens is the coin goes up and then it comes all the way back down and it actually comes back into this first low that was formed. And then it comes back up and guess what? We have another low formed here. So what you can do is you can draw that out. And where does it come back? It comes back into that low and then it pumps. So we had two layers of support here, this initial one and the second one. So when this second one came back down, we can actually wait to see if it comes back into one of these two rectangles, and that's when you can be a buyer. And what happens is it pushes aggressively higher. Then what happens? Then we have this little low forming here. How is this a low? Well, if you do this right here, high, low, high, that's a low, right? So what happens is we want to draw this here to the top, drag it out, and there we go. That's going to be our next support. What happens is we pump, we retrace, bounce down here off the support, it pumps again. Our next support is right here. So we draw that out, we come back down into the support, and then we bounce again. It's very simple. And what you want to be doing, especially when you're trading these supports, is catching the second bounce, right? So for example, we have this right here, right? This first level of support. We don't know if it's going to hit this or not, right? And it got bounced off and it barely tapped this. As you can see here, it barely tapped this, but it went back up. So what you can do is draw this next line of support right here and wait and see if it comes back in. And if it does, then you can be a buyer here. And you're buying a support level where it previously bounced, which means that more than likely people are going to buy in this area. So theoretically it should pump, and that's exactly what it did, right? Here we have this pump and it comes back down. We have this initial bounce, it does nothing really, but you see we're creating a floor here. That's creating a support level right here. And so what happens is we bounce and then we actually go through it, but guess what happens? What happens is we go below it, but then we come here and we get above it. And another way you could trade these support levels is when they get reclaimed. So when it goes below and it gets above it, that's a reclaimed support level. And it should support price going further. So as you can see here, it pumps and we created a support level in here. It came back into it, pumped off there, went into here. And these are all resistance points, if you guys can see, resistance. And another concept is support turn resistance and resistance turn support, which are incredibly important concepts. And I'll show you guys support turn resistance, which would be like right here, but also resistance turn support. So what happens is we come in here, we clear another support, we bounce. Look what happens. Here it comes and it bounces off this support level here. And look what happens. We come in, bounce off this support, and it pumps again. So these support levels and how to trade them are very instrumental and very easy and not complicated. This strategy will allow you to very easily catch moves, quick scalps, and have the ability to make money relatively stress-free. And the beauty is you can have support levels, and then you can have support levels turn resistance right here, and then you just wait till they get above it again. Reclaim them, and then again. And then you have resistance turn support levels, which I'll mainly go over in the resistance video, which will be the next video in this series, but it's similar to here. This is a resistance level. Initially came in here and we rejected. What happened? We returned this into support later on. So there's a lot to do with regards to support and resistance. It's very basic, but in this video, I just want you to focus on support, right? Identifying areas of support, like right here, right? We made this low right here, right? What happens? We pump a little, we come back into the support where we bounced through originally, and then we pump. So these support levels are very, very key and will help you to identify these trades. So look at this. We have this much resistance, all this resistance right here. Resistance, resistance, resistance. And so what will happen here in the next video, I'll discuss how you should know if it's going to be rejected and go lower or if it's going to pump above here. Right now it's getting a lot of volume, so it's probably going to pump above this and probably most likely come into here, right here, into this level after it goes above. So what I would expect to do is something like this and then go higher, right? Resistance, this is where it rejected once right here, this area right here turned into support, and it'll go higher, right? So support is really a great technique to identify areas where these coins will bounce. And as I mentioned previously, it will allow you to catch these plays relatively stress-free, because what happens? You've marked out these layers of support, right? So for example, this is resistance turn support. So you mark it out, right here. You mark it out, and then guess what? If you have this support level right here, so you know, okay, it's coming here, it should bounce in these areas. So what happens is maybe you buy it in this area a little bit, but then you're like, okay, I'll buy a Solana here, and then I'll buy a Solana here. And what happens? It bounces in here, bounces off here, bounces in here again, second bounce, you can buy again, and then it reclaims this area. You can buy more into this push. And I'll go into depth on resistance levels in the next video, but you would know right here, we rejected first. You should probably be taking profits in this area, and what happened? It bounced, came into this support level right here, which was resistance, turned support now, because we're bouncing off these levels. And it creates support, bounced again, rejected, bounced off this support level right here, and then it's pumping right through it all. So support is an incredibly important concept. Let's go through one more example. So let's go through PopCat. So as you guys know, PopCat is a very big coin, one of the biggest. So look what happens, right? This is on the daily chart, but look. Right here, right? We create lows. So what happens? We create these lows in here. And what happens? We pumped from 400 million to a billion, comes back down to 400 million, bounces, goes to 700 million, bounces back to 400 million, bounces to 800 million, bounces back to 450 million, all in the support zone. So you could have just been swing trading this, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here. So look what happens, right? So this is our first resistance kind of here, right? Creates a little teeny support in there. We bounce actually right here and we pump. So this is resistance right here. What happens is we get above it, we start accumulating here, and then we pump again. And these are all support resistance levels. Right here we create this low. Look what happens. We just drag it out. You just drag it out. First low, we bounced to here, come back, bounced off this, pump, came all the way back here, bounced again, pumped, came all the way back here, bounced, pumped, right? So these levels, these support levels are incredible. Forget about the resistance levels, because that's the next video. But these support levels are incredible and will allow you to find these trades super easily, and they will work on every single time frame and market cap. Under 75k or whatever the graduation rate is of this, my graded graduation rate of this is of market cap. Below that, not ideal, but once it's graduated, it does help a lot, as we saw with Please. So look at that. We said it would bounce off the support. It did. We were watching it. It did. And then it comes back into here. And look at that. We have this resistance now, which will be the next topic or video. And it'll probably bounce and go higher. So anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope you guys learned something about support and how you can use it to trade meme coins. Thank you so much for tuning in. As I mentioned earlier, if you do need a trading platform, check the description or the comment section for a link that you can use, and stay tuned for the next video, which will be about resistance and how you can use resistance to trade and make money in meme coins. Bye!